Hey guys, it's Mike here. Welcome to the ninth installment of 10KD Tuesdays. And normally this series is only about the gameplay. It's supposed to be centered around it, and it's supposed to be the main object of entertainment. And not that this gameplay is not good or anything. It is a pretty kick-ass game. But this week we're mixing it up a little bit, and I'm gonna do something that I know will never be done again on this series because this was only a one-time thing that I ever had the opportunity to attempt. So, with that being said, before I do this, we need a little bit of background info. So, as the end of the 2012 to 2013 school year came to a close and graduation for me and my senior class at West Effort High came to an end, we were asked, our senior class, that students, if they wished, could submit an entry to speak at graduation. And the topic was supposed to be like more of a wrap up. Like, you know how graduation is, everything's all fluffy and sugar coated, and everyone's got equal opportunity, and everyone's gonna live a happy life, and we're all gonna prosper, and all that fun and happy horse shit. But they wanted like a really positive wrap up of the past 4 years and everything that you and your friends and family have, I guess, gone through. And uh, admittedly, I sort of like forgot about that aspect of it. So there's literally like no wrap up of it. But even if I had remembered that, it was more supposed to be like a summary more than like a speech, in my opinion. I probably would have submitted the same speech anyway because I wanted to give them something that was really good and different, to where they were like, well, maybe everyone should hear this. But I guess they didn't. They felt that this other person's was more appropriate for graduation, and maybe it was. But I kind of wanted to speak only to, get a point across to everybody. And so, you know what? I didn't get to do it at graduation, but I'm going to do it now. And this probably won't even be watched by the amount of people that would have heard it at my graduation ceremony. But you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm not going for quantity. I'm going for quality. And you know what? The speech will speak for itself. So, that being said, let's jump right into it. Here's my entry. It is here. This is the day we have anticipated since we first heard the word diploma. It is on this 12-year pursuit that we have worked hard to become positive, innovative thinkers that will benefit those around us, and we accomplished many great milestones along the way. We all left the comfort of having our parents beside us when we first stepped on the bus to kindergarten. We finished out middle school together, and we even learned to read and write with each other. All these times and many more will always remain valuable to us and our families and friends. We will forever remember these times. And here we are now, basking in the glory of the last great milestone we will all share together. Enjoy it, we've all earned it. And there are many more great milestones to come for most of us. For some of you, however, this will be your last great milestone. Yes, that's right. Do not let the joyous atmosphere of graduation cloud your psyche. And that probably right there was the first thing that said, oh, nope, we can't let this go to graduation. But anyway, to continue. The caps, the gowns, the ceremony, the parties, none of these things are going to help or determine your future. There are some of you here listening right now that will have letdowns and failures confront you in the future. Some of you will not rebound and get back up after your failures, and remain unsuccessful merely in name, memory, in our past. This is the last thing any of us want to be. They say you should make a name for yourself. Well, I say all a name is some letters on a piece of paper you were given while you were in the hospital, wrapped in blankets in your mother's arms. A sound that people can make to get you to turn to them. Don't make a name for yourself. Immortalize your image in the minds of your peers, who will remember you as a physical entity, a person that made some sort of impact, not just a name that may one day come up in conversation that only just rings a bell. Every one of you here can be more than that. Vice versa, there may even be someone here that may shock us all in the future, being remembered as one who excelled in high school, only to take the wrong path in the future, leaving others to say, wow, he or she had so much going for him or her, they were going to be so successful. Hearing words like these extremely frustrates me, not because I'd agree with those saying these words about the prominent high school letdown, but because I completely disagree with them. Not to put down those that have done exceptionally well these past 4 years. Believe me, you worked hard and your family and peers recognize it. But after you're granted the rewards you've earned from your hard work in high school, the rest of your success is up to you. There is no predestination of success that's granted for those who aced all their AP courses, just as there is no predestination of failure for those that always ask the questions that the rest of the class knew the answer to. Here's as realistic as it gets. Your success will come from hard work, innovative thinking, and good deeds, as you learn new things and develop ways to solve problems and create solutions, all while building your character to become a person that everyone can get along with and maybe look out to for help one day. If your standards are any lower than that, set the bar higher, my friends. Not because I told you to do it, not because your parents may tell you I'm right, but because you think you can. Lastly, do not assume I'm relating success to just monetary things, as you can impact your community and maybe even more through your actions. This is why if you don't make as much money as you would like to in the future, those you grow up with and those you will meet in the future will at least be able to say they like you for who you are and what you've done for them. This is the most important aspect of what defines someone as successful in my eyes, being a kind-hearted person that puts others before themselves. It is by living a life like this that you can be successful in the eyes of anyone, most importantly in the eyes of the image that stares you back in the mirror. With all that being said, I wish all of you, the class of 2013, happiness and prosperity in the future to come, but only in the form of good karma and as a reward for your own hard work, initiative, and good deeds. Earn your own success, and self-evaluate your own happiness. You determine the success and happiness resulting from your own actions that shape your future. Like right now, I'm about to step down from this stage, and it matters more to me that I change one person's mind on how they will go about their own life and do something prominent, than for 1,000 people to stand up and applaud because it's the polite thing to do. These may be the same 1,000 people that may approach me and tell me that I inspired them, but will then take those words and do nothing with them. To change one person's mind for the good is my goal for today. This is my new success story. What will yours be? And that concludes my speech, guys. Thank you for listening, and I hope that someone, took something in from this that, whether or not you might think that your life is nothing special or that that's what everyone else feels about you or that's how someone else feels about their own life. Well, it is special. Every person has their own stories to tell, and you know what? The reality is, if we were all to sit around a campfire and everyone took turns telling stories, and no one was allowed to go until the first person finished all their stories, well, we'd go through millions of bags of marshmallows, that's for sure. So I just wanted to get that idea out there that, it's not only are you going to, everything that comes to you, whether you are a high school graduate like myself, you haven't graduated high school, or you're in college, or you're past college maybe, I honestly have no idea the age gap of my viewers, but whoever you are, whether young or old, this guy can tell you that, that your success and in turn your happiness only comes from your own actions. So, life is not going to walk up to you and hand you perfect scenarios on a silver platter and say, here you go, John Smith. Here's your perfect day. Here's your perfect life. Wrapped up right here. That doesn't happen. But at the same time, you don't have to be perfect to not only be happy, but to be a success. You don't have to make a lot of money. If you could be the hobo living on the street, but if you are the nicest guy, then are you a success? I think you know my answer to that, but if you're not sure on the answer to that question, this is what I'm trying to reach out to you. This is why I'm trying to reach out to you. Maybe you should... I'm not saying this in like a negative way, like, you should blah, 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 and, like condoning you or anything like that, but just reevaluate how you feel about, what defines someone as successful. Now, obviously, you can say that all the really rich people in the world are successful because they have so much money, and honestly, they are successful in what they wanted to do and how they maintained and grasped their happiness. So, yes, all rich people are successful, but you don't have to be rich to be successful. This is the main point that I'm trying to get across, along with that you can be happy living on your own standards and being a good person. That is so massively important because you don't have to have everything. Okay, if you have the four necessities, air, food, water, and shelter, then the next important thing after that, I think, is being able to look at yourself in the mirror. And I'm being completely serious. And I don't mean like, oh my god, my hair is a mess today or anything like that. I mean, if you are not happy with the person that you are, then you need to fix it. And I don't mean that in the sense of if you don't fit in with a certain group of people that you want to fit in because they don't like you. I'm not telling you to change for them. I'm saying if you aren't happy with who you are because you aren't happy with yourself, not because other people aren't happy with you, that's when you need to make a change. If you know you're living maybe a lifestyle that you don't want to live, or you're pursuing something that you've come to the conclusion that maybe this isn't for me, well then you got to fix it because you only get one chance at life, YOLO. So everyone makes fun of it and everyone uses it in a joking way, but you know what? It's out of all the ridiculously overused and seemingly stupid things that we say today, YOLO might actually be the most important one and the most true one. And so get out there and do what you want and make room for some time for the things that you have to do. But if you're not having a fun life while being whatever you deem to be successful and being a good person, then that's got to be fixed. There's really nothing more. Anything more complex in life than that, it's it's human nature to make more complex. So that's basically it, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope I convinced somebody to think differently.
Are you kidding me? The guy needs to stop putting tagging threats all over the map. What did I do? Oh my god, I sucked that game. Holy